minute, ho, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy and know that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a reflexive, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made out of title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in a symphony. That keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency. And ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.
Here comes the brand new flavor in your ear. What's good, YouTube? You already know what it is. The one-man force, eyes and flavor of DFW Sports. Just your super fan from the DFW land. How's everybody kicking on this Thursday? End of the week is almost here. You know, we got some Thursday night football on. I mean, it can't get no better than this time of season as the weather get a little bit much more better out here. We starting to get some of that, you know, good sunshine, good weather out here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But y'all already know what it is, man. This is your local area right here, DFW Sports Raps. And if you're a fan that have moved out of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, or if you never lived in Texas, but you root for one of the teams in the Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas area, yeah. Tune in right here, man, as we always keep it live for everybody up in the Metroplex. Especially we specialize in doing game vlogs, but we love to give our fan side of, you know, how it really goes down in the trenches beyond the city lines. So this is a segment where we get to talk about the Cowboys previewing Sunday night football against the Green Bay Packers. Yes, Micah Parsons, and we can finally talk about it. He comes back to AT&T Stadium and all that, but you know, that is big news and all that type stuff. I get it. That makes the headlines. He was traded and now he comes back, but to me, that ain't even the biggest headline. You can say the defense is giving up about 288 yards per game. That ain't the main issue as it is right now. I mean, that's the main issue, but the main issue is since Jerry has built AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, the Packers are 6-0 against the damn Cowboys, and they have won a Super Bowl in there. That is the issue that we have and should be the biggest storyline of what's really going down right now. I'm tired of the Packers basically coming down here having ownership. And it's not just them. It's a lot of really a lot of other teams that have had it. But, I mean, damn, every time the Packers have came down here, bro, they have stomped on the Cowboys, bro. Just saying, bro. That ain't even cool. Let me get some of these numbers up, get some of these filters in while, you know, everybody filters in one time. You know, let's go ahead and bring a little bit of music in here. But yeah, that I'm tired. And the last time I saw the Packers at AT&T Stadium, y'all know your boy be hitting up the game and stuff like that. But last time I saw them was in a wild card game where they blew the doors off the Cowboys in a frigid weekend that hit the DFW. I ain't seen no cold temperatures like this in a minute, but boy, it was like single-digit degrees in that boy. And boy, your boy was hurting. Going over some things, looking at this preview for the Cowboys and Packers, bro. I'm just looking at some things that we're weak at and some things that the Packers are really strong at. You know, and the main thing I want to kind of look at, the things that got my key attention is more of, you know, we're giving up big passing plays at an alarming rate. But having Deron Bland gives me a little bit of sense of security. You know, he was out there practicing full. Basically, he was full out there today. Diggs, he participated as well. It's good to see Demarion Overshown was actually out there getting some. He was getting some burn outside his rehab, and they're hoping that he can show up before Christmas. And it is needed because their linebacker. But the two key areas I want to look at going into this game is, okay, if you can get Deron Bland back and you can at least get Jadeveon Clowney to give you something, okay, you might have a little something, because these giving up big plays, these 20-plus yard plays, that has got to stop. And I got a few clips of the Green Bay Packers that I want to look at with Jordan Love in this offense. with their 20 plus yard passes that they have had and what the Cowboys basically need to look out for. And then my other key will be if we don't get the pass rush with Jordan Love, take the opportunity to look. I know I can throw on y'all, but if I ain't trusting it, do I run it? So I'm going to go ahead and look at his quarterback runs as well to see where this Cowboy defense, it needs to really be strong at. But like I say, getting DaRon Bland, I believe that is a big thing. If you're new to the channel, hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe one time. We in football season right now as we continue to just keep the channel marching and all throughout seasons. I know the Stars are right now. They're playing the Minnesota Wild. They were down 2-0. They ended up just now storming back to take the lead 3-2. Bad news about Jamie Benn. He got a collapsed lung and he's going to have surgery. But they say he's going to make a full recovery. So outside of that, man, let's just jump into it. Let's go ahead and talk about it. I didn't even get the music, man. Cue the music, man. Give me a little bit of music. Know what I'm talking about. All right, so we was looking at the Pro Football Focus numbers. Let's go ahead and go to the games because I got what I want to look at with Jordan Love in this offense, how they can, play on our top. Damn, how do I get the But I do have a feeling that the Cowboys actually gonna play good this game. I don't know why, but I do have that feeling, to say they're gonna win is a long shot. That is a long shot. But it wouldn't be surprised. Basically, Packers are a 7-point favorite. Okay, this is how we did it. All right, so passing yards, basically looking at it, they got Jordan Love. Pro Football Focus numbers we're going over. Pro Football Focus numbers has Jordan Love basically projected to throw 230 yards. One thing I did see how we had matched up and stacked up, how they had it set. Okay, Jordan Love can actually throw that thing. He's ranked 7th. He's ranked 7th in passing in Pro Football Focus numbers. Out of 35 QB passing. But looking at it, bro, his offensive line, they're saying pass blocking wise, they're about at the bottom of the league at 31 out of 32. So they don't have a really good pass grade coming from Pro Football Focus. Take it how you want it, your grain of salt of how you want it. But basically, they'll have problems of probably protecting Jordan Love. Now, the problem is with the Cowboys, do you honestly think that you can get you a pass rush? Do you think you can get you a pass rush? But we also said, I think can you get you a pass rush if Jadeveon Clowney is in there and you got a DaRon Bland in there? I think DaRon Bland makes a total difference in this secondary, real talk. But to sit here and say that, okay, to take Elam out like he was the only guy busting assignments and stuff, that was not the case. So I think it takes more than DaRon Bland, but it's going to take somewhat of a pass rush. That's what's going to be needed. And looking at these numbers, it seems like this, if there was ever a time where the defense can try to do something, although the ends that we have now is just not helping. Sam Williams, for me, is not helping. I would rather see James Houston. I'd rather see Jadeveon Clowney. But they're going to have to do something right there because Sam Williams, we talked about this yesterday, he's not really too much giving you nothing. He's really not. But having DaRon Bland in there, I think just it eases the communication. I don't know. I mean, the safeties need to know what that, but this all depends on Eberflus too. Because I guarantee you Eberflus is going to come out here. Packers and LaFleur, if he wants to run the football, it is what it that to me, if they run the football, that's going to be joy to my ears. The only problem I have with them running the football is our linebacker situation. But if we play Mir Leofau, if we can play him, then okay, I'm kind of actually a little bit more comfortable. But I bet you LaFleur come out, he stretched the defense out, empty the backfield type stuff, and put stress on it. But now you got extra corners that you can actually do something. So he's gonna make him play zone again. He's gonna force LaFleur to play zone. And you saw Ben Johnson, he ate up Matt LaFleur defense not Matt LaFleur. He ate up Matt Eberflus defense. You don't think Matt LaFleur? I mean, this is a guy who's they've all coached against this guy and put up numbers against his defense. So you don't think LaFleur is sitting there like, man, look, we're struggling a little bit right now passing, but this is the perfect remedy. This is the perfect game right here because we don't have a defensive line like the Cleveland Browns guy. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. But at the same time, I just think this is the type of game where, look, Cowboys might have something up their sleeves. If Brian Schottenheimer if he's the type of coach that I believe he has the potential to be, to start scratching the surface and start getting somewhere, this is that type of game right here. You know what I'm saying? As you see the Cowboys, when the world is against them and the spread is big, the spread is about what, at 7 points, 6.5. If you're getting that type of spread, then and then let's look at it. You know what I'm saying? Let's add it to the stage. What we got? So these going to be a few throws of Jordan Love, basically over 20 yards. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to look at a few things going up in here, and it's just, I think this is against the Lions. I don't know if we play the same type of style, but when looking at it, look, the Cowboys, bruh, it ain't never gonna get better. Y'all gonna have to do something, and it's gonna start with Matt Eberflus. Are you willing to sit here and say, look, now that we got Deron Bland back and now we got Jadeveon Clowney, let's still try to run what I've been trying to run this whole season, even though it's giving up big plays after big plays after big plays? Are you going to be that, or you're going to say, you know what, let me try to give this defense of line, especially the pass rush, a chance? And why not just try to heat up? But I think Matt Eberflus is going to be ahead of the game. And if you do try to blitz, I think he's just going to stretch you out to make you depend on your front four, knowing that y'all ain't going to be able to get home. Now, Jordan Love, with his receivers being down, Jordan Love being able to extend the play, to me, will be the key to all of this. If the Cowboys can just make him hold on to the ball, but try to make him be uncomfortable, then we'll have to take our chances right there. But if you make him hold on to the ball because you got Deron Bland out there, you got better coverage, then that's something to see. So this is a deep pass right here, as you see. Jordan Love, good pocket as you see there. The Lions is, I believe, blitzing in this one. Look like they're blitzing. They brought somebody, but they still get back. But look at Jordan Love standing tall in the pocket, and he's staring it down. He sees what he wants, but he's going to take that chance. You see, our safeties are known to be staying flat-footed and not keeping, everything in front of them. This looked like a Donovan Wilson play if I ain't never seen it. He's just in a Lions uniform. He's just in a Lions uniform. So safeties, look here. Do not, I repeat, do not get caught flat-footed and let stuff run past you, because that has been the Cowboys' problem. Play action, sit back deep. Now, the corner, he's not letting dude get on him, but damn. Safety, I don't know where you're thinking you're breaking to as you're reading his eyes, but that's something our safety, that's something Donovan Wilson would do. That's something I've seen Malik Hooker do too as well. You see both safeties get back there caught napping because I guess the play action made them look that way, but this is something we give up entirely way too much, just because the safeties are always, just not really paying attention and keeping things in front of them. Like, that's stuff that really got to change. It really does. Now, like he say, in that type of situation, do pass rush or do the coverage matter? Your corners can be good, but if your safeties aren't, plays like that by Jordan Love can be made. So Cowboy safeties really got to be on P's and Q's. They really do, because this is something that we are terrible at. And you can't tell me you're going to go 4 straight weeks being terrible at the same thing. We can't have that. And if that's the case, folks need to be fired, bro. Like real talk. Real talk. Y'all know the tight end game is something that we gonna have to take away as well. But like you say, you just got to look at the safeties as this is a type of safety set that we'll have. You see how close they are, bro. We can't be letting we got to keep everything underneath us. Got to keep everything up underneath us, man. Now this is basically it looks like he's gonna hit this over dig how he's looking around it, but Jordan Love is gonna take that chance. This guy is wide open. This was really where he should have thrown to. But you see, Jordan Love don't care. He will throw that big. He will throw that boy. Like I said, dude's wide open on the, under right there. He's wide open. Jordan Love would throw that thing. And the safety ain't really in bad position, but you look at it and it's like, bro, with the way our safeties are, and you see Dan Quinn, he's actually bringing a blitz. He's actually bringing a blitz. This looks like a long developing play. But LaFleur, he's going to do that. But look, bro, he had the deep over wide open, and he took this shot. With the Cowboys giving up what'd he say? Hold on. With the Cowboys giving up 288 yards per game in the air, and I think it'd be over 300 if Jalen Hurts was a good passing quarterback. If he was a good passing quarterback, then you be giving up over 300 yards a flying whop. Straight up. Is that bad? Well, it ain't good. It ain't good. For the Packer fans that jump in here, it's nothing too much I can say. Because like I said, the main stat ain't that Jordan Love kicked their ass in the postseason. It ain't that Micah Parsons coming back after getting traded. It's the simple fact since AT&T Stadium been built, the Packers are 6-0 against the Cowboys and have won a Super Bowl in AT&T Stadium. These are all facts. This ain't nothing we got to speculate. This is exactly what's going on. And that's more of the depressing thing right there. Man, let me get some music back up in here. That is more the depressing thing. But like I said, you saw Jordan Love, he will throw that boy. Knowing that our secondary is struggling, our whole pass defense is struggling, bro. Secondary, you're going to be put on notice yet again. Because he's going to throw that boy and he can thread that boy. And with the way our safeties can't stay over the top, the deep overs are going to be there, but at the same time, good Lord. Diggs, you're going to have to be on your stuff, man, because this is actually not bad coverage. That's just actually a great throw. And we know Jordan Love can toss that boy. And when he come to AT&T Stadium, he know how to get it done when it comes to the AT&T, bro. Straight up. And this is something that we have got to prevent. And I'm just hoping that, I ain't even hoping. I'm believing DaRon Bland being alongside, I think helps that secondary that much. I honestly do. Yes, it do. And we're about to find out. This is going to make it just a little bit much better. Can y'all get home? And what you saying, can you get home? That's another thing of saying, bro, okay, if you can't get home, you got to blitz. You got to blitz. If you come out here and you go keep rushing forward, because I know that's what he's going to do. He's going to be like, okay, I got a corner piece back on the defense I was planning to run. Now I get an extra pass rusher. Now let me work my system and see if you come out and you do that, bro, you're giving up 40. While Thursday night football going on, Kyler Murray running around. That's a game I plan to go to Monday night down here at AT&T Stadium. I'm calling it now. I've been going back and forth if I'm going to go to the game Sunday night. Should we hit up the game Sunday night? I'm looking all for the content and everything. So, hey, I think I'll be in the building. But looking at it, bro, I mean, The defense, this is one thing that we do bad, and this is just deep passes, bro. And somehow, some way, I just think Deron Bland coming back gives you a chance. Can you rush the passer? Is all I'm trying to find out as well. Can you do it? Dow Kyle, what up? He said, so what are we focusing on, G? How bad we suck? It's uh their defense sucks. Yes, I think Eberflus is this ain't a good match. This ain't a good match for him. What I'm really focusing on is just the Cowboys' chance when you getting Deron Bland back and hopefully adding Jadeveon Clowney, because they're basically missing pass rush off the edge. I would rather start with Clowney and James Houston, rolling Marshawn Nealon in there, and then Dante Fowler. He can't really do nothing for me. But Pro Football Focus is ranking the the Packers offensive line at 31st. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't want to say 31st. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. But their offensive line pass protection wise is not that good. It's not that good. How is it? You guys sound like y'all have better stance or schemes in coaching. Those clowns get paid. And I mean, hey, ain't nobody, hey, everybody gets paid. That's why any given Sunday you can win or lose. You know what I'm saying? Just depends on who comes out ready to play. But I don't think the coach really helps you. I don't think your players are good enough to help you. Damn sure at the linebacker spot. And I think that's where it's the rush ends and it's the linebacker spot. That's killing your whole defense. Now your offense, we all know. Once you gave Dak Prescott that $60 million contract, it was gonna be problematic, regardless if you was hung against it or whatever. But that happened and you're stuck with it. So you're just going to have to ride it out. It's going to be up to Brian Schottenheimer to make sure this offense, and I mean, do they continue to run the football and do things like that? But running the football, if you're going to run the football, you're going to have to get touchdowns. Forget them field goals. Because doing all that ball control don't do you no good if you're giving up 15 plays over 20 yards of passing, and you got a guy who's coming in here that's willing to throw it like that. Okay, he on the center and the two tight ends right here. They bring a little motion. This looked like okay. So you see where he's about to go to. Safety in the middle of the field. He got his back turned. You know where Jordan Love is about to bomb that boy to. Look at the pocket. If the pocket is clean, then you know he's going to throw it deep. And something that we have all the trouble against is trying to keep things in front of us. Whatever they're trying to run, this corner does exact. Bro, I've seen Trayvon Diggs. I think it's Elam, but you see how the corner, he just lets him get right on top of him. But with all the time, look, Jordan Love holding it down there like this, bro. I'm about to bomb that boy over there. I'm about to bomb it over there. And he throws it right over the over end. You know what I'm saying? And this was the last play that we just looked at. The overs and the D plays, look for a lot of that coming in this game. Matt LaFleur is going to run that to death because he knows if he runs certain things across our DB's face, damn sure across our safety's faces, we're going to bust. We're going to bust. So we can't stay over the top. And if something comes across our face, we're going to forget what we were actually trying to play, and we're going to bust. So are you hoping that the Cowboys can actually run a lot more man and blitz? I think they can do that, but they'll still get torched. It's all going to depend on – I can't believe I'm sitting here saying this is all going to depend on Jadeveon Clowney coming in here and giving us some type of pass rush. Oh, Lord, in trouble. See, Jordan Love with the time he had, either way he could have threw that. But you're just going to see a lot. Look, somebody's going to press one of our corners or take one of our corners going out the way, and it's going to be up on our safeties to continue to have eye discipline. Well, that's something they ain't really had. It's going to be paramount that they keep their eyes disciplined. If not, Jordan Love, he ain't gonna hesitate, bro. And that was really a bad throw from him right there. But he ain't gonna hesitate. Now against a good quality defense, Let's look at it against a good quality defense. You know, the Bears should. I mean, not the Bears, the Browns, bro. Browns got a good enough defense for real. He say minutes over field goals don't match up, bro. And I'm here to tell you, like, I want to run the football, but y'all gotta cash in. You gotta cash in touchdowns. So I've said before the season started, fair or unfair, unfortunately, Dak Prescott, bro, this is on your shoulders. And my problems having this with Dak, with this being on Dak's shoulders, is look, people will say he's not worth the money. That's fine, but I'm here to just be like, bro, Dak in this offense can put up 30 plus, bro, and it still might not be enough. That's the whole problem. That's when you're like, bro, nah, this is a bad football team. Because we literally saw them have to go all the way to the end of the game to get a 64-yard field goal. People want to say, you know, Russ outplayed Dak. I'm just like, bro, they left like damn near under a minute left when the Cowboys took the lead, and you gave up a touchdown less than 20 seconds after that. Damn, fam, and left us with like 23 seconds. Luckily, we was able to get to the star and kick the field goal. But I'm like, bro, you won putting up 40 points and barely won. Like, dude, it's gonna be on Dak's shoulder to score. That's why I'm like, I was very disappointed in that Chicago's Bears game, because I'm like, that defense, bro, y'all should have put up points. Regardless what the game plan was with Shotty, I think Dak, you being in this league 10 years, bro, you should know how to start, you know, saying, nah, we need to do this. You know what I'm saying? We need to do that. We need to do this. We need to do that, like, for real. Devontae anymore, who is their number one? I think their tight end is really their number one target. Damn, stars 5-3. That's what we talking about. Hold on. Let me go back. Let's look at the tight ends. Let's go past what receptions. Ooh, Lord. Or receiving yards, either or. I'll look at tight ends. Their tight end is more eating. I think their receivers are actually hurt, bro. They got a lot of receivers hurt. And that's where I'm saying, look, with their receivers being hurt, and you can get DaRon Bland back, hold on. If I can just get any type of pass rush, but that's going to be my problem with Eberflus. His zone defense is not working. His rush for and drop the zone is not working. And I just think with him knowing, okay, I got DaRon Bland and I got at least 20 to 25 snaps of Jadeveon Clowney. Let me try my system again, and he's going to get torched. He's going to get torched. Now, and we're Cowboy fans, we're going to be pissed. We're going to be pissed. Every time. But the tight end matchup is something probably we're going to have to really look at receiver-wise. They got Tavion Wicks. They like his match. They got Romeo Dobbs. Good matchups that they got right there. They got Romeo Dobbs basically at 42 receiving yards. What? Basically matched up against Diggs. Diggs has been problematic, bro. I don't know what it is. Running game. Shoot. Jacobs come through. Oh, Lord. But I think our run defense is actually a little bit better. He said he can't hit the zone. Who you talking about? Miles Sanders. I know. I'm trying to figure out when we're gonna get Jaden Blue. What is the deal with Jaden Blue? Somebody tell me what's going on with Jaden Blue. Why is he not on the field? Why he can't see the field? I don't know. I have no idea. One more big pass play. Looking at Jordan Love, looking at the tape. You know, I gotta kind of break it down like this, just because you know, you get those copyrights. You know what I'm saying? But shotgun. This is a good D line. They come back. Jordan Love does not. At least these safeties are playing deep. At least they're playing deep. Safety bit on the wrong thing. What did Jordan Love do? He thread that bitch in the needle. Ugh. That is the same type of defense we're going to be running. Now that we feel like we got Bland back, now that we feel like we got Jadeveon Clowney, this is the type of defense we're going to run right here. And if Jordan Love just says, I like the matchup, if we're just going to play cover 2, Jordan Love is going to be able to fit that in there because these safeties, our safeties for sure, is not going to play it right. They're not going to be good enough. Now, do y'all want to see Wanye Thomas at the safety spot? At least give him a chance? Boy, he dropped the shit out there. I like to at least give him a chance. Because Hooker, I mean, not Hooker. To me, I would be blitzing Donovan Wilson way much more than try to play him in coverage. But we're going to play this same type of defense. We are going to play this same type of defense. You see, Jack Sanborn, for some reason, this linebacker's right here. Jack Sanborn would be like right here. You know what I'm saying? Not getting back deep enough. You know, so a lot of this do depend on the linebacker play, but our middle linebacker is not going to be that deep. But you know, we're going to play this same type of coverage. And you see Jordan Love, if he recognizes it, he's not going to hesitate. And he going to throw that boy right where it's supposed to be. He going to throw it right where it's supposed to be. And these are plays that we are giving up touchdowns on. We're giving up touchdowns on these plays. He happened to run out of bounds, or that would have been a touchdown. But these are plays we're giving up touchdowns. And here comes Jordan Love in AT&T Stadium, where the Packers are undefeated against the Cowboys here. Yeesh. Good Lord. It got me nervous, man. But you know what? I'm thinking about being in the game, though. I'm thinking about being in the trenches. I'm thinking about it. Kenny G gonna be back this Sunday. Kenny gonna be back. Talking about Kenny Clark. He said, gotta have Kenny Clark up in there. And you know, he's going up against his old former team. So, you know, it's gonna be one of those type of things. But you know, can you stop Jacobs? This is another thing I want to look at. Let's go back. Because I really want to look at quarterback rushes, but let me see if I can go back to him. But like I said, bro, Cowboys I think they do got a shot just because all those receivers, they really got receivers that's hurt. They won't play a scramble. Either that or I got to look at it right. And you know they're going to kill us off for play action, so it's going to have to be up to us making sure that we really stop these boys. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even got it. Maybe I could type it in. But what I'm looking at, bro, what you really got to be nervous about is Jordan Love being able to hold the ball and being able to scramble, because that's something that has killed us. What's the name? Hurts, Jalen Hurts. What did he do? He didn't even need to throw the ball. He ran it. That's a bad thing for your defense if you can't. Now we can stop the run. We're actually decent against. I don't want to say stop the run. We're decent against the run. But you mean to tell me you can't rush the pass, you can't defend the pass. So you give up big passing plays and then you give up big running, scrambling plays. It's not a good recipe. It's not a good recipe. Jordan Love, for as much as he can throw it, he's good enough as a runner too. And I think that makes the defense really go crazy, how you really break it down. And then after that, you're just going to keep facing more and more quarterbacks like that, man. For real. Dal Cal, man, appreciate you for tuning in, man. We just try to break it down. You know, it's a little late night as we're watching Thursday night football. You know, we end up getting the Cardinals down here Monday night that we're trying to go to. So I want to appreciate you for tuning in, man. We're trying to be diehard fan. We are diehard fans. We just like to keep it real. If I had to put my money on the other Packers should win this game. They should put up 30 points. do the Cowboys offense struggle a little bit? It could be like one of them 31 to 20 games, something like that. Could be on the flound like that. But you know what? This is the type of game that the Cowboys bring you back and make you try to believe. Make you try to believe. But I think they'll play actually a good game in here. I honestly do. I just think DaRon Bland actually makes that much of a difference. I really do. I think DaRon Bland makes a total difference for what you got going on. And what you really need to see right here is how many snaps can Jadeveon Clowney give you, and are they going to be efficient enough? Because I'm telling you right here, right now, we're going to see the same defense. We're asking Eberflus to change, but it's not going to happen. If the defense gets torched again in this same type of scheme, then I think they'll answer all their questions. But for Schottenheimer to come out and basically say, maybe we need to simplify things, we're going to go with one word. So you're going to run the same scheme. I mean, you're basically, I don't know what type of confusion y'all having confusion on the play call, the signals, or something like that? Because playing zone shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard. It shouldn't be that hard at all. Already, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And like I said, Friday we won't be doing nothing. Saturday we won't be doing nothing. But you know what? Stay tuned, because I think I got the word from the wifey. She was like, you know what? You might as well try to go to that game. You know, I just don't like sitting in the nosebleeds. I done got spoiled myself. I love sitting in the Hall of Fame, but to get the content and everything like that, it's still affordable to sit in the the 400 levels. You know, I just gotta try to get the end zone seats. So Sunday night, we're looking to be in attendance to this Green Bay Packer and Dallas Cowboys fight. So we're gearing up our mind to be on that. So go ahead and subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll catch me in all DFW venues doing some things, but we're definitely going to be up in there. We're definitely going to be up in there. And I just hope that, the Cowboys come out and fight, bro. Because the last time I was at the Cowboy game and I saw the Packers go up against the game was over before you even thawed out. And like I said, that day, I think it was like 18 degrees with a wind chill, made it like 7 degrees outside. So getting to that boy, it felt like the frozen tundra. And I mean, before you could even like warm up from being outside, the game was over. Oh, Lord have mercy. At least can we go back and just be competitive and let the chips fall where they may. Let the chips fall where they may. I don't want to keep kicking field goals, but if your defense is able to keep the Packers out of the end zone and you can keep it a close game, you already know Butter Brandon Aubermatic is going to be there. You already know that. You already know. Appreciate it, man. And like I said, we'll be back coming live Sunday. We'll probably do a pregame Sunday before I go to the game. And then, I'll drop shorts while I'll be at the game and all that type of stuff. And then we'll do some things up in there. So for sure. For sure. Appreciate you for tuning in, man. And to the next time, man, we'll catch you up on some Dallas Cowboys stuff just from the fan perspective. We just going to, call it how we see it and just have fun as it goes. So appreciate you for tuning in, man, for sure. As I get a couple more thoughts off going in offensively, what the Cowboys are going to have to do. Shotty, this ain't, bro. I don't think George Pickens I don't know if his route tree is that big, but you're going to have to still run the football. I guarantee you the Packers are going to take away Jake Ferguson. So you might have to go 2 tight end set and see what they can do, because we all say Micah Parsons, they're not really good at stopping the run. But this defense is actually, it ain't just about Micah Parsons. Y'all do realize that. They had a good, Gary is pretty good as well. I know a lot of people are nervous with Tyler Booker being out, but he was a rookie, and you get TJ Bass in there, who's been around. He's been a veteran. He's been a serviceable backup. And we said before this season started, if you were going to go down at any positions, I think they tackle depth, but the way they brought back Tyler Guyton lets me know the center and guard position they were totally comfortable with if anybody went down with Hoffman and TJ Bass. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what you're going to get to see right there. And it's just, you know what? I want this offense to come out and score, but take the pass rush out of these Packers cells. You know what I'm saying? You're going to probably see Parsons line up a lot over, the center and all that type of stuff. I believe we got some plays like that. Let's look at their defense. I did not want to look up against. They brought me the whole 22. I didn't want to look at that. Let's see when they blitz. I don't see no sack. Or let's see when they generate pressure. Oh, okay. All right. I'll bring up one more because they'll be trying to copyright your boy. All right, so I believe this is them trying to generate pressure and get a stack on Jaden Daniels right here. So, like you said, to me personally, I would try to take the win out their pass rush shells and try to play physical with them boys. You know what I'm saying? They don't have Kenny Clark right in the middle no more. So, how much can y'all really be physical with these boys? Can y'all get down and gritty? Can you get gritty? But you're gonna face a front right here. You know, like I said, Michael Parsons, we know what he is, but Rashad Gary is pretty good too. So to be having both of them tackles, y'all got on still, I need you to be on your ish. Come on, still. Like Bishop said on Juice. Come on, still. I need you to be on your shit. Guyton, bro. The way y'all got worked against the Bears pass rush, that got me nervous. And here comes this in the town. You know what I'm saying? It's we'll run motion and all that stuff, but they'll make it look like it's blitz, but play action. We like to run play action. They actually threw a blitz off of this though. But if you're always worried about Michael Parsons, it ain't just worrying about him. You got to worry about this guy too. You got to worry about him too. Because you see who's about to get back there. As much as we worry about Michael Parsons, we know how good he is. This Rashad Gary guy, he's pretty good at football. He's real damn good at football. As you look, he gets inside. If they didn't run into each other, that's a nightmare I don't want to see for Dak Prescott. It's not only Michael Parsons basically getting ready to knock his block off. And I think it's only the knock. When he hits Dak, he's hitting Jerry Jones. But this Gary guy is what I'm nervous about. If it's one thing to have Parsons running through there, it's another thing to have Parsons and Gary running through there. That is a recipe for a long night at the office. And you look right here, bro. If they don't run into each other, I mean, he kind of gets pushed in. If they don't run into each other, they're going to run him down. They're going to run him down. They're going to run him down. So, tackles, I need y'all to with Schottenheimer, I need you to kind of have your way. I need you to have your way. I need Turpin to really be a main vocal point of this game for sure. Peace. Already. Appreciate that, Dal. Cal, my guy, for sure. Appreciate that. LaCourtney, what's good? Chiming in. Hey, I'm trying to give positivity. It don't look good for the Cowboys, but you know what? For some reason, I got a feeling. You know what? Cowboys going to play a good game and let the chips fall where they may. I really got that feeling. Appreciate you tuning in for sure. My man Danny, what's up? Because with Corey Ballantyne plays Sunday night for the Cowboys, I don't think he'll play. I think Diggs is still going to be active and he's going to be able to play. But it hurts to see Zion Childress get let go of. But I think Reddy Stewart is really holding down the spot at the nickel spot. But I mean, I don't think he'll play Sunday night. I don't think he will. He's got to kind of get up to what everything got going on. So I see what he, try to see. Be on your ish, man. Be on your ish. Be on your ish. But losing Zion, that hurt. And not only did you lose him, you lost him down I-45 south to the Houston Texans. Pooh it. Disgusting. I'm disgusted. Said, forget about Diggs. He's a loser. He gets burnt every time. The film ain't lying either. Now, we sat there and some folks gave Trayvon Diggs a pass. We was like, okay, Donovan Wilson is really not good at playing deep safety. And what does he do on a 3rd and 8? He comes up and try to press and slips and fall. But I will say, having the combo of Diggs and Bland has been stellar for the defense. When Michael Parsons was here, Michael Parsons got the pressure. Don't get me wrong, but the combination of Diggs and Bland, ooh, that was something nice. That was something nice. That was something that the Cowboys had going for them. But this defense here, bro, as much as their ends are not getting home, their linebackers, bro, they can't cover, they can't tackle. I think Eberflus wants the blitz, but his linebackers is just not good enough. He needs to play Maurice Leofow and just bring that blitzing. But as soon as we can get Demarion Overshown coming back, bruh, oh my gosh, this shit could be all the way different. He said Corey Ballantyne will replace Trayvon Diggs. If Trayvon Diggs keep acting the way he act, anybody can replace him. Anybody can replace him, like for real. The way he's going about it and the way his thought process is going on between his ears, bro. It's like, come on, dog. Like, look, once we play Michael Parsons and you get over that your boy is he's on the opposition side, bro. Come on now. Go out there and compete. But the way I'm looking at this draft, 2 first-round picks, I'm damn sure getting a pass rusher, and I'm either getting a linebacker or I'm getting a defensive back. What do y'all feel? I damn sure think you need to get a defensive back with the way you feel about Diggs, and I think a lot of us, how we feel about Diggs, we feel like this is about his last year. You know, and his play is really dictating that. Real talk. Diggs against the Eagles and the Giants, Diggs got burned every time. But they were saying that it was the safety's fault. The safety wasn't getting over top. I've said the same thing. I'm like, bro, why are you running and letting guys run free? You need to at least put hands on him. And then when he puts hands on him, he loses his feet. Nah, you're getting burnt, my guy. But then Elam starts getting burnt. I just don't think they have confidence in Matt Eberflus and themselves right now because they're just not good. A defensive coordinator can really only do so much, but I don't think they're that good. But bring me DaRon Bland. I think it looks a little bit different. I think it looks way different. He said, love Donovan. Eber is putting them out of position. I totally agree. Man, I'll be bringing Donovan Wilson in that box. And you know what, Jordan Love, since we can't get to the passer, you better find 6 because I'm going to make sure he hits you. Mario up in here. Appreciate you for tuning in. He said Cowboys not win. They won't win, basically. Only 5 games. They'll only win 5 games. My expectation this year was the Cowboys would win 7. And I said the best that I had them, their ceiling was basically 9 wins if it all played right. And we're able to stay healthy. I could see 9 wins being their ceiling. But my expectations this year was really a 7-win team. And it really had to do with the defense. Only I didn't think they were that bad. With the defense being this bad, yeah, they're about a 5-win team. But like you say, that's a high draft pick, and you get another one on the back end. So what sucks is Jerry needed to rebuild after they got their ass whooped against the Packers and Jordan Love in 2023 at AT&T Stadium in the wild card game. They should have rebuilt then. They should have let Mike McCarthy walk. But what did they do? They fiddled around and signed CD the last week and signed Dak the 11th hour, and they basically didn't want to commit to Mike McCarthy. That shit was a lot of shit, and then you follow it with Michael Parsons. Come on, bro. This is crazy. This Dak ain't worth $60 million, but I think we can all sit here and agree, bro. You can't just pin this on one person. It ain't just Dak. It ain't Schottenheimer. It ain't Matt Eberflus. It ain't just D. Bro, it's all of them. It's the front office included because that draft class in 2023? Bro, you can literally say that class is damn near a bust. Damn near a bust. Nah, I totally agree. Eberflus fucking off the game. He fucking off the game. You think if Brian Schottenheimer gets fired, you want to I think Schottenheimer is actually going to be okay if he can continue to show to everybody's point, because a lot of people are trying to move on from Dak and are ready to move on from Dak, which I do believe that this is his last contract anyway. You want to see how does he develop Joe Milton, somebody that he can really put his time and really full development into. So he's really going to have he's going to have a long leash, I should say. Now, if the offense comes out here and they, putting up 14 points against the Bears is unacceptable. If they start going on a streak where they're putting up less than 24 points, basically for a majority of the season, you can look for him to bring in another type of coach. And Jared's not going to make that move. That's not going to happen. But if he were to make that move, who would I like to see? It wouldn't be Lincoln Riley. I wouldn't want Lincoln Riley. For me, Lincoln Riley, it's not an Oklahoma or USC thing. It's just for the simple fact you went out the back door out of Oklahoma to USC because you basically heard that Oklahoma was joining Texas to join the SEC, and you didn't want them problems. I ain't cool with that. Something about that, you know what I'm saying? My brother call them, you know what I'm saying, scooter punks, you know what I'm saying? They look cool on their bike until they fall, on they scooter, but until they fall off and get scraped up, you know what I'm saying? You just a scraped up punk, you know what I'm saying? Because you ran your mouth. You think you look, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's a Schottenheimer projection, you want to coach the boys, get rid of it. Bruh. And I think that's something that Schottenheimer is going to have to really come to. This who Schottenheimer bows for. If he don't make Eberflus do some changes, then yeah, Schottenheimer, we're going to look at you different. Because I think we can all agree that, bruh, Eberflus ain't it. Now, you can say his personnel ain't good enough to do what he wants to do because he came in, you hired a defensive guy that predicated on basically keeping everything in front of him and rushing forward, right? That was the case, right? So you hired a defensive coach that, okay, I got you Michael Parsons. You can at least do something. Then you come into the season, you don't have Michael Parsons. So that's really, you got to change up everything. But I've said from the jump, what Eberflus's fault, he don't make no adjustments, and I don't think he would be able to. I think you're going to see him probably get out of character here sometime in the season, and it's probably going to come up soon. It could be against the Jets. It could be against the Panthers, but those two games will be damn sure key. But if they can come in this thing and they can at least keep the Packers under 27 points, that'll be a tight game for me. If they can keep them to about 27 points, I like the Cowboys' chances where they can still run the football and they, the field goal game can be in play, but you got to put up touchdowns. Javonte Williams, like I said, I was hard. I wasn't a believer. I wasn't a believer of Javonte Williams, even though I saw him a lot at North Carolina. But I thought after the injuries, he just wasn't the guy anymore like that, and I just didn't see any of them in the preseason. Hey, he's a key to this. He's a key to this. He's a key. But I think you'll see a better game plan from Brian Schottenheimer. I think you'll see him deep in his bag. And I just think, look, to me, I think he's just going to have to drop a heavy dosage of good game plan, including Kevontae Turpin, because he can go deep. He can give the eye candy in motion. He can give the defense, put stress on the defense and give them something to think about. But the guy who's actually it's not going to be George Pickens that really got to pick up the slack. Jalen Tolbert. If you want to remain a Dallas Cowboy, yes, Jalen Tolbert. If you want to remain a Dallas Cowboy, this is your prime fucking opportunity, bro. This is your prime opportunity to make hay. Because if not, Ron Flournoy coming in here, and when Mingo get here, you gone. This is your prime opportunity to make something happen, bro. Because I think you're going to be the main guy that I don't want to say they don't pay attention to, but a lot of stuff is going to boil down to where can you be to the spot where you can get to, because you're probably going to eat this game. And that's probably going to be what's going to require to win. For me, I like to see Schottenheimer, like you say, keep the run game going, but throw Turpin in a lot of this. The reverses, some of the, trick plays, the play action, you get him on a motion, play action, get him going deep. That stuff will work. And that will help open it up for Ferguson. If they want to double team Ferguson, get Turpin out there. Turpin should have a lot of space then. And I'm telling you, for some odd reason, Tolbert is going to be the guy who's going to have to make the difference. He's going to have to make. If you still want to be a Dallas Cowboy, Jalen Tolbert, this is your game to do something, my guy. It really is. It really is. Javonte Williams, if he don't fumble, what did he do in Philly where he fumbled the ball? I mean, got to hold on to the ball. That ball security has got to be there. It's got to be there. You're right about that, Danny. I mean, but at the same time, he's running the rock. But this is where I said no preseason run. You see why he's fumbling. Miles Sanders really can't do nothing for me. I'd rather see Jaden Blue, Phil Maffa. I saw Malik Davis. Basically, he's been signed off the practice squad. I think, hopefully, I'd like to see Malik Davis a little bit more. Shoot, you need somebody that got home run hitting ability right now, and I think that's going to make your offense a dynamic that much more better. Javonte is holding it down, but if you could get a home run hitter, that'll make that just that much better. Therefore, your home run hitter is Kevontae Turpin. So you got to have it. Hate the Joneses. We gave up a season tickets from 2009 to 15. Row 14 S. What level? 30 years and counting. Go to section D. Okay, I got you. He said, I'm about tired of them. I ain't giving them no more money. Bro, I was saying that same shit last year, but I'm more to the point now. I'm just like, I don't have to always get the good seats. That be my problem when to go to the game. I want the good seats. But I'm like, I get the filming in the end zone and being in the level 100 is good when they're down here, but when they go to the other end, it's kind of a little rough. So I'm like, I've been in basically every level from Hall of Fame, 200, 300 to the 400 level. I think the 300 level is actually more player, especially in the end zone. You get the best camera action angle in there. So I'm looking to be up in there. I'm going to be in the 400 section, no lie, going to this game because, it depends. The tickets do keep dropping. So, we'll see. Love my teams. It's the Jones. He said Jimmy has said I live Fox Sports Sunday. Jerry thinks he knows football, and I keep trying to tell folks, Dak you ain't never gonna win with Dak, bro. Before Dak was here, we wasn't winning either. I be trying to tell people that before Dak got here, you wasn't winning. Before Tony Romo got here, you wasn't winning. I feel you on that, Danny. Hey, Malik Davis, bro. He showed me some. Until you can get Jaden Blue going in there, man, you got to get you some home run hitting in there. For sure. Jerry went to Arkansas. Yeah, that's why he always keep A&M, and that was the first college, a college rivalry he want to keep in there. Pretty soon, now that Oklahoma and Texas is in the SEC, pretty soon they're going to push that game out of the Cotton Bowl, bro. I got a feeling they're going to move that game out of the Cotton Bowl, and they're going to move that game into AT&T Stadium. Because, he got to have his Razorbacks play against the Texas A&M, you know what I'm saying? So he makes sure he gets Arkansas up in there. Holla at me. It should be fun. You out there in Cali, right? So I need to go to an LA game. So when I find myself out in Cali, that'd be the only time I try to travel, take the family to it. It's got to be some type of museum out there. As long as it's a museum out there, okay, then boom, then I'll go ahead and hit up the game for sure. A show. Oh yeah, Jerry, man. Jerry, the only thing I can give him is he was a trailblazer for the NFL. He popularized the game. That's one thing I can give Jerry. He made this brand go a little bit much more further. But bro, sit your ass in your box and collect your money. Stop bringing your private chopper over the practices and bring them all to the games and stuff. Man, hard to tell a billionaire what to do, but it's really been front office problem. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. Everybody says the Cowboys won't do nothing until Jerry goes into the next, into the next phase of life. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Stephen Jones might just be worse. Stephen Jones might just be worse, bro. And that has me hellified nervous. But if I had to put my money on this game, yes, you could say the Packers should win this game 31-23. I give the Cowboys 31-23. That would make the Packers cover the spread, but it'd be more of a tight game. I think probably what's going to happen is the defense just can't hold on long enough. I just think the linebacker core is really, now that you got Clowney in there, and now you add a piece to the rush end and you add a piece to the back end and the cover, it's the linebackers that haven't had any additions that added to them. And I think this is where they really get exposed, and that's probably where they can't actually, seal the game for them and get the crucial stops that's necessary. So if I had to put my money on it, I could say Packers 31, Cowboys 23. But since I'm thinking about going there and I still got some positive vibes, I'm going to go Cowboys in this game. Give me the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys. Give me the Cowboys 27, Packers 26. And you know what that means. A Brandon Aubrey field goal makes the difference. 27-26. I think the over-under is what? I think it's under 50 points. I think they got it like at 47 or 48 points. That right there is about around there. Give me the Cowboys in a walk-off 27-26. 27-26. I'm going to go that way. I'm going that way. He said, Quincy got us to the playoffs. I mean, Parcells was in there. Ugh. Nah, you good. You good, man. You good. We all full up in here. Appreciate it, man. And like I said, the next time I'll be going live, it'll be Sunday. I'll go live Sunday morning, probably about around 11 o'clock before they kick off all the football. And like I said, I'm planning to be at AT&T Stadium, so let's go ahead and do it. My man Danny, he calling it. 30 to the Crime Packers 13. He's saying the defense gonna show up. I hope. I'm damn sure hoping and wishing. I'm hoping and wishing, man. I'm hoping and wishing. But like I said, if I had to put my money on it, which I don't bet on the Cowboys, not never. That stopped in 2007. But if I had to put my money on it, you could put your money on the Packers. And for me, it's just, okay, you getting pieces on the defense, but I think the linebacker part, I think Matt LaFleur knows they can generate pass rush. Their safeties will have missed assignments. But for 3 weeks looking at the film, what's really killing the defense, and especially in the zone stuff, the safeties are missing, but their linebackers are not getting a good enough depth in these zones neither. Their linebackers aren't good. So I look for LaFleur to really attack the linebackers in whatever Flus is trying to run. That's why, if that's going to be the case, you need to blitz, bro. You need to come off the bus blitzing. And hopefully he can do that. Like I said, I done got the pass to go to this game Sunday, so we gon' see. We gon' see, man. What is it, 10 o'clock? We done already ran over. We done did about an hour. Like I said, it's been fun. Like I said, my prediction, fuck that. This was a game I had as a loss in the season prediction. But being a fan, being where it's at, nah, we got to ride with the Cowboys. And I'm telling you, it's going to be a Sunday night classic. I think the Cowboys are actually going to come ready to play because they need to make up for that. I mean, 20 is over with. Them fans, nah, we got to make something happen. Game out of the Dallas Cowboys in this one. Cowboys keep it close. Brandon Aubrey comes through, wins the game for the Cowboys 27-24. That's my prediction that I'm rolling with. And that's how man, that's all we go, man. Like I said, that's all my time. My predictions for the defense that they about something, getting Deron Bland back and Jadeveon Clowney. Let's see what it does. And if this don't work, if y'all still give up 300 yards and 30 points, then basically your coordinator need a total haul at the defense. I don't even think they really need to rebuild this to have something going. So, man, with everybody tuning in, man, like I said, catch me Sunday around 11 o'clock. We'll basically go over the pregame over Cowboys and Packers for Sunday night. We will stay official up and do everything with that. That's the law. And with that, I am out, y'all. Peace. Y'all take care of yourself and finish the week strong. We're getting to the weekend. And before I go, you know what I got to say. I can't help it that we them boys.
Self-made independent, ho, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy and know that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a rap laxative, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made not a title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in a symphony. They keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency. And ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.